Hi guys, it's me, Thepestio, and I'm here to do the round 20 AFL predictions. I'm a bit late, and I completely missed last week because I got so much work. Sorry about that. But, you know, I thought as long as it's only 1 week I miss, it shouldn't be too bad. I'm sure there'll be moments in today's video is me predicting the results of round 20. Alright, so the first game we have is on Friday, this Friday. It's against Collingwood versus Carlton, and that's a blockbuster. Collingwood just beat Port Adelaide in Port Adelaide on a rainy day when most Collingwood players didn't seem to be playing at their best. Like the kicking accuracy was poor, subpar until the fourth quarter, really. And while Carlton are coming off a 5-game winning streak, but I mean they just beat West. The only team that was even that good was Port Adelaide, which was 2 rounds ago, and that Port Adelaide was missing 7 players. So, and they're missing Mackay, they're missing Silvani, they're missing Walsh. So I think Collingwood will win this. They won last time they played Collingwood, and this time it's their home game. So I think I don't really care about predictions, but I'm just going to give some nice, I don't know, whatever that is. That looks like 20 points or something. So Collingwood will win. Yeah. Geelong will win. I don't think I need to explain myself here. Like Geelong are performing good. I mean, they did lose to Brisbane, obviously, but that's the Gabba. And every team so far, I think this year has lost at the Gabba. No one's beaten Brisbane at the Gabba, so that's reasonable. This is Geelong's version of the Gabba, the GMHBA Stadium, and also Fremantle suck. As you can see, they are 15th. So there's a chance they could finish. I mean, the chances of them finishing bottom 3 are unlikely. But the bottom 4 is practically locked in at this point. I don't think Fremantle can win any more games unless maybe they got West Coast. So Fremantle will lose this game by a lot. And it's funny because last year Fremantle actually won in this stadium, but oh well. This one's probably the next tough game. Bulldogs vs Giants. As most people know, they have a really tough history now. And they don't like each other, especially because of final results. Because GWS is a new time, so it's not like there's history behind it. It's just recent history. But I think home ground, and Giants have to do travelling. And I know the Giants are doing very well travelling. They just beat Adelaide 2 rounds ago. But I think out of all the teams that they can't win against when it comes to travelling, the Bulldogs are one of them because they just have this tough history, and it's always a very contested match. So yeah, I don't think Giants will win, but Giants have a good chance. So if there's any upset, that could be one of them. I don't. That's self-explanatory. Brisbane are that good that I just don't think the Suns will win. I don't need to explain myself there. The Suns aren't good, so I think Essendon will win. I know Essendon have lost quite a few in a row, but Essendon aren't that bad, and people think the Swans are good. And this is an away game for the Swans. Last time they came to Marvel, they lost. Not just that, but the Swans beat Fremantle. Hip hip hooray. That means nothing now because Fremantle are losing everything. And I know Essendon actually happened to lose to Fremantle, but let's be real. Essendon are better than Sydney at the moment. I know Essendon are losing a lot of games, but I think Essendon can win this. That's not even the tough tip. This is the tough tip. I think Adelaide will beat Port. Adelaide did beat Port Adelaide last time. And I know Adelaide are missing Isaac Rankine, which is not good because Rankine was very good for Adelaide, a small forward and pressure type player who's good with kicking good goals. So it will be a big loss to not have him. But Port Adelaide, I'm sure, as most people can tell nowadays, when they play their games, all they do is kick it forward. That's all they do, and they're very good at doing that. But other than that, that's all they got. So last year, I don't know what was his name again, Ed Langdon. Said Collingwood were a one-trick pony. Port Adelaide are the one-trick ponies this year. And I don't even think Collingwood were a one-trick pony last year anyway. So, yeah, I think Adelaide will win that. And, the chances of Adelaide making finals depend on this. Like, I know most people are saying Adelaide probably aren't thinking about making finals, but I've actually done a few predictions just to test it out. As long as Adelaide win this game and then win all the winnable games, they make finals. So if there's any game that they need to take a scalp, this is the one. It's their home game. This is the one they'll win if they're going to win anything. Next game is Hawthorn versus St Kilda. Now, I know St Kilda only just brushed by North Melbourne, which is unacceptable considering look how low North Melbourne is, and then look how high St Kilda are. But you got to cut St Kilda some slack. Like they're missing all their tall forwards. They're short. They just lost Tim Membry, I think, again. or Brad Hill. I think it was one of the two. I think they're missing both of them anyway. So St Kilda are definitely low on stocks. Obviously, they're not the best team in the world. Do they deserve top 8? Questionable, but they're only in the top 8 because they did very well at the start of the year. And, well, they're the ones who did well at the start of the year. The other teams that aren't in 8 didn't do well at the start of the year, and that's why the ladder is the way it is. Obviously, that can change, but you can't say St Kilda don't deserve it because that's where they are. So, and Hawthorn did beat St Kilda last time when it was St Kilda's home match. Now it's Hawthorn's home match. Thankfully, it happens to be at the same stadium, so St Kilda shouldn't feel like it's a complete away game, which is good for St Kilda. Last time Hawthorn did win, but I just don't think Hawthorn will win that. I still think St Kilda, like Ross Lyon, after all that, I think Ross Lyon will absolutely annihilate the St Kilda players in terms of like the talks. Like he'll roast them. So I'm hoping they can respond, because if they don't, then they're dropping out to 8. So I think St Kilda will win that. But Hawthorn have been doing very well considering their bottom 3. They don't even deserve to be bottom 3 in my eyes. So if Hawthorn happen to win, that's fair because they deserve to. People hyping up Richmond after beating Hawthorn, my God. Sorry, but Richmond aren't winning that game. Dream on. And from what I've checked, there's a lot of games coming up for Richmond that they can't win. The chances of Richmond making finals are almost non-existent. I just don't think they will. I'll just be real with you. I think Melbourne will win that. And I know it is Richmond's home game, but it's Melbourne knows what they're doing now. Even still without Clayton Oliver, they're getting better. And last time they played, it was Gawn and Grundy. This time it's just Gawn, and Gawn knows what he's doing on his own. And then it's actually funny to see North with a betting currency ahead of the opposition team. But when it comes to West Coast, even when it's West Coast home game, who would tip West Coast? You would have to be insane. So, in other words, don't tip West Coast, even if it's their home game. Just don't. And North actually proved that they can fight. They almost beat St Kilda. Granted, St Kilda had so many more scoring opportunities to North Melbourne. It's just St Kilda couldn't kick straight at all. Like that accuracy was disgusting. So, but the fact of the matter is that North gave up those opportunities to score. So there is a chance that West Coast could get quite a few scoring opportunities compared to their other games. But at least North try. West Coast don't try. That's the thing. So I think if it comes to trying, North Melbourne will win this game. Unless something out of the blue happens. That's the only way. But I don't think that will happen. So good luck to North Melbourne for getting their 3rd win of the season, I hope. I hope I don't jinx it. But, good luck, I guess. But yeah. So that's my tips for this week. And, I didn't go back. I mean, I guess I could show you how I went in the round that I missed because I forgot to make a video, but I tipped the Bulldogs, I tipped Richmond, I almost lost that one, tipped Carlton, that was pretty simple, tipped Brisbane, I for some reason tipped Fremantle, I'm never tipping Fremantle again, I've learnt that, I just know now, Collingwood, obviously, that's too easy, GWS, Melbourne, that was close, and St Kilda, oh my God, so many close games, but yeah, anyway guys, thanks for listening to my video. Probably have some more videos out at one point. Anyway, thanks guys. See ya. Tempestio out.
10 subs for the win. Let's fucking go.